here we are with more of this shit. Alright, how's it going, everybody? We're back here over on some more Modern Warfare 2, drawing ever closer to my last video on this game. Oh boy, I can't wait. Before we get started here though, sorry if I like freaked anybody out with the title or anything. I mean, it's not clickbait or anything. I am gonna be talking about that, but this is gonna be one of those videos where I've got a few different things to talk about, so honestly, I just couldn't think of a better title for the video. Let's see, what looks like fun? The Baz P, that looks like fun. Let's use that today. As you can see, I am well beyond giving a single flying fuck about this game. But as always, before we get started, make sure you leave a like if you are enjoying the video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And I haven't played this game in like a week and a half. Please go easy on me, Call of Duty. Alright, you can definitely tell I have not played this game in a while. Oh boy. You know, sometimes I forget how bad at this game I can get when I haven't played in a little bit. Anyway, since I low-key clickbaited you guys with the title, I guess I'll talk about the whole sniping thing first, which if I titled this the way I'm assuming I did, was something along the lines of, I'm thinking about quitting sniping. Now, that statement in and of itself might be a bit misleading, but I will try to explain. So the thing is, for the last, like, I don't know, 3 years now, pretty much ever since I started doing YouTube, whenever the new Call of Duty comes out, I get the game, immediately start sniping, I get all the snipers leveled up, and I get either platinum or diamond or whatever the, like, you know, class level mastery camo is, as fast as possible, and I make videos about it for you guys. And yeah, that's been my routine for years at this point. I did it on Modern Warfare 2019, Black Ops Cold War, Vanguard, and now this game. And the thing is, I think that routine has in no small part contributed to my lack of enjoyment of the last couple Call of Duty games. Dude, what the fuck are you doing? This guy's bouncing around like his character's on the fucking moon. What is going on? Because the thing is, I just talked about this in my last video, right? For the last several years, the snipers specifically have been pretty nerfed on the release of the game. The most infamous example of this obviously being Black Ops Cold War, where the snipers were very, very strong in the alpha and the beta release of the game, but then they nerfed them by the time the game came out. But they did do the same thing with Vanguard and Modern Warfare 2, where, you know, the snipers were pretty nerfed on release, and then they decided to, like, buff them over the course of the year for whatever reason. The main point of that being, though, that the snipers were bad for the beginning at the very least, but also pretty much the majority of the year. I mean, maybe not necessarily bad, like they might feel strong in certain instances, but they're not necessarily competitive with everything else going on in the game. This is what I said about Black Ops Cold War. The sniping on the game actually felt pretty satisfying. The problem was just their general competition with the rest of the weapons in the game. And truthfully, I had recognized this in Vanguard. For the few of you that remember, which are rapidly becoming very few of you at this point, we've grown a lot since back then. But for those of you that remember those videos, I actually talked about towards the end of Vanguard kind of wanting to maybe move away from sniping as like my main thing if the snipers were going to continue being nerfed the way that they were every year that the game came out, right? And not even as a form of protest or anything, but just because, you know, on Vanguard I started running around with the red guns a little bit towards the end of the year, and it was a lot more fun, for me anyway, than running around with the snipers. It felt like I could actually relax a little bit. Even when my lobbies were sweaty, I still felt like I could be kind of competitive. You know, it was more so in the interest of just having fun on the next game, right? The next game being this game. But then, like the fucking idiot that I am, I ended up doing the exact same song and dance once again, unlock platinum snipers, I think in record time for me actually, and now here we are. Anyway, getting to the point here, I realize I've just been rambling for like 10 minutes. I'm not going to quit sniping in that I'm never picking up a sniper rifle again and I'm only going to use like red guns or fully autos or whatever. It's more that if, you know, sniping's not fun on release, or, you know, I'm not having fun with it at the very least, I'm not going to like force myself to make it my thing even though I've been doing it for so long, you know what I mean? I'm not going to force myself to unlock the camos in like a reasonable time. At the very least, I'll take my time with it, or maybe I just won't do it at all until they get buffed. And I'm gonna try and run around with red guns a little bit more. Because like the thing is, I don't want to get sick of the games as fast as I've been, you know? I know the past few Call of Duty games have had their problems. I've called them out as much as the next YouTuber, right? But I've talked about this many times. The reason I say the things I do about these games is because I like Call of Duty. I want to have fun on these games. I'm not hating on Activision because it's trendy or funny. I'm doing it because I want Call of Duty to be better. I want to have fun playing these games. And since I've been critical of Activision, I do feel like it would be a little bit unfair to not be critical of myself. That critique being that I do think at least part of why I've not had so much fun on the last couple of Call of Duties is because I'm forcing myself to do something that's not necessarily optimal for the sake of a camo challenge, you know? I don't know what that guy was doing. Because the thing is, I have been having a lot of fun red gunning, especially recently on this game. I'm around the corner, dog. But yeah, I have been having a lot of fun just running around with red guns on this game, you know what I mean? Like, even just doing this, running around on shipment with a goofy SMG that I have level 1. I've had more fun doing this than I did sniping for a lot of this game. So it's like, why deprive myself of an experience that is actively more fun than the thing I'm trying to, like, force myself to do, you know what I mean? So yeah, long story short, I'm not, like, quitting sniping and that I'm never going to pick up a sniper again. I just refuse to use them or anything anything like that. It's more just, I'm gonna change the way that I approach Call of Duty. I'm probably gonna be sniping a lot less. It's been a long time since I've sniped for clips or anything like that anyway, so it's not like anything in that vein is gonna change. It's just a change I'm gonna be making for my own enjoyment of the game. And you know, truthfully, it's kind of a good thing for you Call of Duty enjoyers on the channel, because like, in theory, I mean, I'm doing this so I have more fun on Call of Duty and get sick of it slower, so if I get sick of the game less quickly, I'll be able to make more videos on it and actually have fun doing it, so, you know, it won't just be a whole bunch of videos of me raging at shipment over and over and over again. So anyway, that's kind of the heads and tails of the whole sniping thing. It's not, you know, some grandiose protest of Call of Duty or anything. It's just me and my own enjoyment of the game. Plus, the sniping community on Call of Duty is kind of like a dead meme at this point. I know there's still a few creators out there that, you know, make good content and they actually do well and stuff, but it's kind of been a long time since, you know, sniping for clips and montages and stuff like that were really something that a lot of people wanted to see on Call of Duty, I guess. And more importantly than that, it's not really a community I engage with a whole lot these days. I used to be super involved in the sniping community. There's probably a couple hundred of you at this point who are around back when I used to talk about this more, but I used to be very involved with COD sniping. But you know, these days I'm just into other stuff. I play other games. I've kind of moved on as a content creator from that. And like I've said before, truthfully, I never really wanted that to be my sole point of content creation. So yeah, I think that's really all I had to say on that. Although on the subject of content creation, that actually moves me into the next point I wanted to talk about, which is variety on the channel. So I'd mentioned, I think in my last Call of Duty video, that I was planning some variety coming up, and with the exception of Dota, that hasn't really happened. And the thing is, no, I wasn't too lazy. I didn't like forget to record it, or I haven't edited it or anything like that. I kind of fucked up. So a lot of you guys probably saw that playthrough I did of the Lies of P demo on the channel, like, I don't know, it was probably like a month ago at this point, and the full game is actually set to come out next week. Now, obviously, you know, I like Souls-likes. I liked the Lies of P demo for what it was. I'm definitely going to be doing a playthrough of that when it comes out, but the thing is, I thought it actually came out last week. I kind of had my dates fucked up when I made that video, so I thought there would be, you know, a Lies of P playthrough going up this week, and there wasn't, because the game isn't fucking out yet, and I am not a big enough content creator to get like a review code or anything like that. Subscribe to the channel if you want to fix that problem, by the way. Dude, all these lobbies really suck, by the way. Holy crap. It's like third lobby in a row. These are absolutely miserable. I mean, I have to assume that everybody's just quit the game at this point. Like, I don't even think this is skill-based matchmaking. I think the entire game's player base is probably just a bunch of fucking nerds at this point. It happens around this time of year. What can you do? But yeah, the point is that I will be doing a Lies of P playthrough. That was the variety that I was teasing last week. I just had the release date of the game fucked up, so obviously I couldn't play it when I said I was going to. What the fuck? Dude, what is happening? This is like, I know it's shipment, but this is a mess. Anyway, in other content news on the channel, and yes, this kind of does have to do with content, let me get to the point. I actually ended up watching the live-action One Piece adaptation. For those of you who don't know, Netflix just put out a live-action adaptation of the anime One Piece, and to my complete surprise, it's actually fucking good. The reason it's a surprise for anybody who doesn't know is that live-action anime adaptations, especially Western ones, are usually really bad. Like, they did a Death Note one a couple years ago that was absolutely atrocious. Dragon Ball Evolution is to this day one of the biggest memes in all of cinema. Hollywood is absolutely littered with the corpses of anime IPs that they tried to adapt and fucking fail. But like I said though, to everybody's surprise, this One Piece adaptation is actually fucking good. It was so good actually that I'm thinking about doing a review on it. Oh good, we got this bug again. Excellent, really. I love it. My gun just floats around over there like it's got a mind of its own. This is, you would never know this game has been out for almost a year. Anyway, I realize doing a TV show review is super out of pocket for this channel, but actually I don't think I've talked about it on this channel before, but believe it or not, I used to have an anime review channel. Well, not used to, it still exists. I just haven't uploaded to it in like a year and a half. But yeah, I had a channel where I would do like anime reviews and manga reviews. They were kind of tongue-in-cheek and like shitposty, but they were genuine reflections of my like, you know, opinions on the stuff I was reviewing. Dude, what? Like, once again, man, I have on fucking tack mask. Why is my character coughing? I don't... Whatever, it is way too late in this game's life cycle to complain about anything. It is so clear that Infinity Ward had absolutely no fucking idea what they were doing. But yeah, that channel's actually what inspired that My Anime List video I did a while ago. I've been meaning to do another one of those. I just haven't really gotten around to it yet. But regardless, I was thinking about doing a bit of a review on the One Piece show, because I actually did think it was pretty good. We'll see if that actually happens, though. I mean, it's gonna be a lot of work. Dude, I'm so over it. I have tack mask. Leave me the fuck alone, man. God, can we just remove gas from these fucking games? Like, I'm so tired of it, dude. Like, I don't even want to play with this, man. This is so bad. There were at least 4 people in that lobby using gas. Like, who wants to play into that, man? Anyway, like I said, we'll see if I actually do this review or get it done in time while the hype for the show is still going, or if anybody even cares to see it. I mean, after all, I am just a lowly gaming YouTuber who really gives a shit about my opinion, but I don't know, it might be fun. Although, actually, on the subject of the One Piece adaptation, it actually did get me to start start watching One Piece again. My relationship with One Piece is so bizarre, dude. Believe it or not, I actually started watching that show like, I don't know, I think in 2013. I more or less caught up. I think I was on like episode 230 or something like that. I want to say I watched weekly for a little bit, and then I ended up dropping it and never really went back. And then, you know, the episode count just keeps piling up because the show's so fucking long. And next thing you know, we somehow reached a point where there were more episodes that I hadn't seen than there were when I first started watching the show. Like, I don't even know how that happened. But regardless, I started watching it again. It is a fun time. At least for me, though, One Piece is one of those shows where I have to be able to binge it. I absolutely cannot watch it week to week. I mean, they might have changed the formula. I am like, I don't know, 8 years worth of episodes behind at this point or something like that. But the thing is, if you go back and watch like the Dressrosa arc, which is around episode 630, is where I started. I'm well past that point now, but that's just like the start of it. Those episodes, I'm not even joking, they only have like 15 minutes of content. It's so hard to watch week to week. The episodes have nothing in them. I'm probably about to piss off all of One Piece Twitter by saying this, but seriously, it's true. Go on to Crunchyroll right now and load up like episode 630 or 640, watch it, and then watch the next episode and tell me at what point into the episode you actually get to new content. Because literally, it's like 6 minutes in. Because for each episode, there's like, you know, the intro, the previously on One Piece or whatever. Then you got the theme song, which is like 1.5 minutes long. And then each episode of One Piece has like an intro basically describing the show, which I've never really understood why it has that. And then after that, you've got like a minute's worth of recycled content from the last episode. It's just a lot, dude. Like, don't get me wrong, the content that is there is very good. There's a reason the show is popular, but the shit back then was absolutely miserable to watch week to week. You're sitting there waiting a whole week, you get into it, it's 6 minutes of recap, and then what, like 12 to 15 minutes of content, maybe? I don't know, like I said, maybe it's changed recently. I know there's a lot of like new gen One Piece fans that will live and die by the show. I haven't seen any of the recent episodes of One Piece. Maybe this is like not the case anymore, but back then the shit was borderline unwatchable when I caught up, which is why I dropped it in the first place. So yeah, I started watching One Piece again. We'll see how long this lasts. It kind of sucks because it's taking up the free time that I was using to play Persona 4, which I am having a ball with, by the way. So we'll see. Will I end up catching up on the show, or am I going to end up getting bored and dropping it again? Anyway, that's about it for this one. Sorry if it was just a lot of me blabbing. I had a few things to talk about, and I wanted to sort of address the sniping thing now. I know Modern Warfare 3 is still a little bit of a ways away, but I just don't want anybody to be surprised if, like, you know, one day randomly I'm like, I'm done sniping. Like, I don't want you guys to feel like I'm, you know, bringing this out of nowhere or anything like that, right? At the end of the day, YouTube's not my job. I'm just doing this shit for fun. I just play Call of Duty for fun. If I'm not having fun, I'm not going to play it, and if there's a thing in the game I'm not having fun with, I'm not going to do it. But regardless, as always, if you did enjoy this video, definitely make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you want to come back for more content. That's about it. I'll see you guys in the next one.